Let me ask you a question. How many people here think that technology is terrific? Raise your hand. Quite a few, but let's go to the other way. How many people here feel technology is terrifying? We got some of those? Yeah, I mean, it can go either way. It can be terrific and it can be terrifying, but it really helps if you have somebody there to sort of show you the basics. Now, we have a video camera here in our club. And how many people think this camera is really easy to work? Well, we got a few people. Actually, I think this is a pretty tough camera to work. In fact, I had to make a video to show people how to use it. It's that hard. But there are a few basics I want you to remember tonight we're going to talk about. 4 basics. The first is lighting. When you're doing a video, you need as much lighting as possible. And you may, a lot of times in our club meetings, this is the type of lighting that we have. But if Kathy... Where's Kathy? Kathy, you're going to give me a hand here. Kathy, there's actually a button in the back that says full. So if you actually press that button, you're actually going to get more lighting. So the more lighting you have, the better it's going to be. So isn't it? Let there be light, and so that all adds up. Especially, lighting is important when you're sort of in the back. You know, in a lot of situations, you want to be as relatively as close as possible. You know, when you're using a camera sort of like this, it's maybe $200, $300, $400. You know, they're not the best cameras in the world, and they could do pretty well if you're within 10 feet. If you're way in the back and you've got poor lighting, you're not going to get good video. Another thing by chance is if you have a sun light in the background, if you've got a real sunny area, you're going to want to draw the shades. And while I'm talking about the backgrounds, when you're shooting video, you always have to think about, well, what's in my background? Do I want this big old Toastmasters sign here? In this case, probably not. So if you are shooting a video, and I did this today with a client, I said, we just had to move some stuff around so that you can get the best available shot. The second most important thing is audio. Again, you need to be close. Here's the reason. If I am 10 feet away from Patrina, there's a certain level of audio. If I go 20 feet away from Patrina, the audio doesn't go down by half, it goes down by 1/4. So instead of volume A, you got 1/4 of A. So that's the problem that a lot of us have. If you put the video camera far away in the back and you say, oh, I want to stay out of the way, well, the problem is you're probably not going to have real good lighting, and then you're also going to have maybe 1/5 or 1/6 or 1/7 of the audio that you normally have if you're up close. This is probably the ideal situation. Again, we had to put a little carpet down because we didn't want people tripping on the cord, but you want to stay as close as possible unless you've got like a wireless mic or some sort of special situation. But with our situation, you want to try to get relatively close. If you're way in the back, when you give that person the DVD, it's going to be really hard. In fact, it's going to be impossible for Howard to hear that DVD. So try to get up relatively close. Now, also, one of the things I've noticed is that when some of the videographers, in our club especially, on our camera we have a wide angle and sort of telephoto. And they think, well, I'll just put it on wide angle, and that way it covers everything. But the problem with wide angle is you're getting everything in this room. You're covering all of this space. You're covering from Allen all the way to the flag, and so you're really not getting a good close-up of the speaker. What you want to try to do is get what I call a nice medium shot, which is basically from the waist to a little bit the top of your head. Now what that means is you're going to zoom in a little bit, maybe come back just a little bit out of that, and then what Patrina's going to have to do is she's going to have to pay attention. So if I move to my right, she's actually going to have to move the camera a little bit to follow me. And if I move back this way, she's going to have to do that. And with a lot of our speakers, Carl Hendrickson and maybe Bill Collier, it's going to be a challenge, but that's what you've got to do if you want to get good video. Another thing you're noticing is that we're not using a regular tripod. Again, that's just going to get in everybody's way. We're using this little mini tripod, and if you put it on a piece of paper, instead of turning the tripod, you're actually turning the paper, and you can get a nice smooth motion with that. The other thing you need to think about, so we got lighting, we got audio, we got the video. And the other thing you need to think about are supplies. And again, if you're doing video for your family, maybe you need some tapes, maybe you need SD cards. In our case, we use the DVDs that we have, that Adam has. Make sure you have a supply of those. And probably the most important thing, actually there's two more things to remember in the club. And that is, this is a complicated camera to use. But we've got a video on our website, and again, if you just go to our website, which is southcountytoastmasters.org, you go to Member Resources, and you go down to the video section, we have a little video link that you could click on, and I've got about a 15-minute video that you can watch, so that when you are the camera operator, you can go back, you can familiarize yourself with the process and see what's going on. Again, get here early, because it could be, you may forget something, you may need a little bit of help, and again, that's the second point. If you're having trouble, if you're not sure exactly what to do, especially if it's the first time, get somebody to help you do that. And also, try to get your DVDs ahead of time. You want to get them initialized or unfinalized, and that means in our club we use DVDs that you can reuse over and over again. So your $2 is $2 for a lifetime as long as the DVD lasts. So you can keep reusing these DVDs over and over. So you need to get them early in the meeting, you need to initialize them or unfinalize them and get them ready for the speakers. And again, on speech marathon nights when we have things like this, now again, we're lucky, we've only got one speaker, myself, who's needing a DVD, but if we had all 6, then it's going to be a challenge to actually unfinalize all the discs, take a video of all of the speakers, and then finalize them at the end. So it's a little bit of a challenge, so you have to be on your toes. Again, if you have any trouble, if you have any more questions, if you look on our website, you look under the video section, under Member Resources, or you look under our Easy, and we also have a little video link there. We have a lot of video tips, a lot of different things that you can do to help improve not only the videos in this club, but in your home or on vacation. So hopefully with that, you'll remember the lighting, audio, video, all of the different resources we have on our websites, and hopefully if you put all of those together, you'll have one terrific video.